Hello, everybody. I'm hoping you guys can hear me a little bit better. I do have on an earbud and a mic. I'm hoping I'm coming through loud and clear. You can hear me much better, loud and clear. Okay. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. I want to say hello to Mary, who is in the house. Courtney, hey girl. Melissa, Heather, Colleen. Thank you so much for coming in and holding it down. And those who are not actively in the chat, hey y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming. Guys, yes, today is Long Arm Tuesday. It is Long Arm Tuesday, and I am not on my long arm. Well, let's talk about that for a second. Prior to last week, Friday, I had two bookcases in my studio. Well, I sold those bookcases. So that meant the stuff off the bookcases had to find a new home. Well, I'm currently trying to find a new home, yet still in this studio for those things. And then in the midst of it, I had gotten prior to any of that, I had gotten a embroidery machine. And then when your girl was sick and afflicted, the worst time for me to ever shop is when I'm sick. And I got to thinking, and I saw Angela Jasmina with the an embroidery machine that I really did want. Originally, it was the original one that I wanted, but then I was like, nah, I don't need that. I want to start off small. So I didn't do that. I went ahead and traded the flare in for the Baby Lock Alliance. And her name is Adina. So I have her. I had to make room for her. I had to make room for the cart she is on. So that is all, a video of all my birthday stuff is coming. We're just waiting for um, two of the items to come in. They were they'll be in this Friday. So once we get those in, I will do a birthday video, and I will also do a room tour video, even though some of the stuff will not be put up. So yes, hello Angel, thank you so much for coming, darling. So everybody is telling me how nice you guys can hear me. I'm happy. I'm happy. Well, we're not going to keep on just chit chat. Oh, and then on Friday, y'all was here, so y'all already know what happened. Okay, it happened. Everything is fine. We did um, get the door back straight. This shutter up here did come unanchored from the house. It's back up on the house, but it's not fully anchored. Um, so we got to work on that. The neighbor had lost a lot of limbs from his tree, and they were, of course, in our yard. And the pine cones, I believe, well, it was three big branches like down in front of the cars, but not, thank goodness this time none of the cars were damaged. Last storm, we had car damage. This storm, no car damage. So they were in front, but I'm thinking those bangs that we heard wasn't pine cones, y'all. We had like about 500 of them out in the yard, and our neighbor was so gracious. He picked up most of them. He picked up all the large limbs because we don't have many trees in our yard. We have smaller trees, so they're just only have leaves. They don't have anything else. So he was gracious enough to come and pick up most of the pine cones and most of the, no, and all of the limbs. I think he left one, and it was just like a stick that was like about like that big. So I was like, he came to do that. Yeah, that was a scary time for your girl. Yeah, won't be doing that no time soon. In fact, I'm moving this desk up some so I can have access to run this way and that way. So yeah, no. Mm-mm. So yeah, so let's get to talking about books. Oh, and then we had a flood that was in our hot water heater room, which is right across over there. But we were able to get all that water out. It wasn't a flood. It was a leak that led to 5 gallons of water. Okay. Okay. Now, if you saw the intro screen, you saw that it had books on there with the Santa Claus hat. Not everybody believes in Santa, but everybody gets stuff, usually, even if it's for yourself, around Christmas time. And so I'm going to share with you some books that I believe that both long armors and domestic machine quilters and mid-arm quilters would benefit from. Okay? Yes, I am safe. Whew, guys, you guys just don't know. And then I had to run in front of that door. I was terrified. I was like, do I jump over this part of my desk and end up breaking it? Nah. Go around. But no, I was fine. It was fine. Now, of course, most of these are long arm books. However, the technique is still the same pretty much. Once you draw it out, it will be the same designs and stuff that you can also do on your domestic machines. Hello, Mona. So let's start with some doodling. And now these books are in no kind of order. I just think they are great books that you need to have in, well, do I want to say need? What's a better word for that? These are just some books that I suggest that you could use in your studio, whatever you want to call it, your studio, your room, your space, in your space. This book is called Doodle Quilting, and it's over 120 continuous line machine quilting designs. It is by Cheryl Mikowski. This book has I didn't put the links in there yet because I wasn't sure which of these books I will be showing, but I'm going to go ahead and get links to these. Most of them you can all find on Amazon, just to be, honest with you. This book have different designs that you can doodle, and you can just put a piece of tracing paper up to it and just start doodling. Here's a leaf. Oh, and I'm sorry, I have to learn to keep my hands away from my face because my mic is on me. I'm sorry if you guys are hearing all that moving. I'm learning. Flowers. Oh, here's a good one. Some squares. Just some good doodling practice. Again, this book is called Doodle Quilting, over 120 continuous line machine quilting designs by Cheryl Mikowski. The next book, I didn't realize this, but I was just such a fan. I was getting this book by Natalia Bonner. This book is designed for the domestic and the mid-arm quilter, and it is called Next steps in machine quilting, free motion, and walking foot designs. So, and it's professional results on your home machine. So this is a very good one to have. It's the lime green one. Ooh, pinch nerve, pinch nerve. In here, she has circles, curves, straight lines, wavy lines, and swirls. I'm telling you guys, it's a great, it looks very, very good. Let's see, what's in this one? Some more geometric stuff. The Melissa, I'm gonna ask which book, the first book or this book that I'm looking at now. This book is called The Next Steps in Machine Quilting, and it's free motion and walking foot designs. This is the just look for the lime green book by Natalia Bonner, Bonner. Thank you guys for dropping the links for me. This one is called her triple orange peel, and it's just like continuous line designs that for nice designs for beginner quilters. In fact, all of these pretty much are geared toward the beginner quilter. Here is a book by Angela Walters and Christa Watson. It is the ultimate guide to machine quilting, and it is for both the long arm and the sit down machines. You have Christa doing all of the sit down, and you have Angela doing all of the long arm. It's the exact same designs that they're doing, and they're just showing you how to do them on the different machines. Mona is asking, can you use walking foot or is that for free motion quilting? The this green book here is for both free motion quilting and with a walking foot. And again, this one is called The Ultimate Guide to Machine Quilting Long, excuse me, Long Arm and Sit Down. Learn when, where, why, and how to finish your quilts. Okay. And then you'll have, like when you open up the book to the design, you'll have like the long arm page. You'll know that because all the long arm is in this one color. And then all the sit down is in this color right here, this orange color. Great book to have. The next book is First Steps to Free Motion Quilting, and this is 24 projects for fearless stitching. And this is by Christina Cameli. I hope I'm saying her last name right, but she is a free spirit, and she just want you to quilt, just quilt. And I love her spirit about it. And I wanted to definitely, I met her a couple of times not in person, but in chats and stuff, on blogs and stuff like that. And she is a very kind person. So I definitely wanted to support her. And yeah, so this is one of her books. This is Stippling or Meandering, as you might say. She just give you some great tips. Here is lines for smaller projects. You have some pebbles And then she talk to you about attention and all that kind of good stuff. So this is definitely a good book that I would suggest that you guys have in your repertoire. Hi, Sherlock Souls. Thank you so much for coming. So the next couple of books I'm trying, okay, wait a minute. Because I want to keep them in, because I have my mods looking, I want to make sure that I'm showing these in groups. And that way my mods can find the links that much faster. So I have several books by Angela Walters, so you guys know, and I have several books by Natalia Bonner, so you guys know, so you can already have those loaded up, ready to go. Okay, this next book is called Beyond the Lines, Quilting Designs for Hand, Machine, and Long Arm Quilters. This is pretty much straight line stuff, but then I do see some easy, what do you call it, like arcs and things like that. This is the cover of the book, and it is by Debby Brown. I don't know what was going on in my mind when I bought this book. It had to been on sale because I know, I know, I did not spend $25 on 20 pages. Okay, but the information in here is really good, so I probably did because at a point in time, I purchased this when I was reckless. Okay. Here are some parallel and diagonal lines. She teaches you how to set it up and the best way to work those lines, like going up, down, and around like that. And the best way to come in and out of cross hatching, how to fill it in, like these boxes. If you have a this right here, this one here. Let me move my hand down so you can see it. This right here, if you had like a 9 patch, and if you want to do this is for 16 patch, how you want to color in or fill in like every other block, how you can freely move without stopping, throughout the 16 patch. This was very instrumental to me when I did my husband's red, white, and black triangle quilt, because for each triangle it was made out of 4 or 5 jelly rolls, and each line, though it was the exact same design, I found it easy once I read her book how to go, you know, on each row. And then all of a sudden the triangle was up this way, then the bottom part was facing, the triangle the tip was pointing down. So how to go from that to this book helped with how to continue that line without having to stop and break thread. So again, this book is called Beyond the Lines, Quilting Designs for Hand, Machine, and Long Arm Quilting, and it is by Debby Brown. Okay, Sherlock Soul says she's going to have to set up her Flynn quilting frame. Yes, please do, so you can have some fun, girl. Have some fun with it. Heather says, I need to get back in practice of quilting, free motion, and walking foot. Yes. And Colleen says, I like drawing on my quilts to quilt on my domestic, but I'm not doing free motion yet. My back doesn't like it. That's right. It doesn't like it. Thank you for reminding me, Melissa. What book is $93? I know somebody lying. Because I didn't pay no $93 for it. I can tell you that. Somebody playing jokes. It's US $29.99, and I didn't pay that either. These books are usually at Joann. Use your coupon, knock yourself out. Okay, okay. These next three books are by Natalia Bonner, and I want to say, yeah, this was my first book from her, and it was the Beginner Guide to Free Motion Quilting. And this also is professional results on your home machine. And so it is for both. I use it on both. I've only done 2 quilts on a domestic. Yeah, that wasn't my lot in life. I quickly decided I thought I was going to get a sit down, but my husband was like, I want you to have one of these. I'm like, do you think you know the price difference between these? And he was like, no, I think you'll like this one better. So we end up getting the Avante. And then a couple of years later, I end up selling it and getting my Anova. But this book has some great, great designs. Here are some loops. And she go again in detail about how to do them, and she shows you on quilts. She talks to you about applique methods on some of these designs. Like this is an applique, what to do inside the applique, centers. She shows you different patterns, and what you can do is, like I said earlier, get a piece of paper, copy paper, put it on here, and if I'm not mistaken, yes, she give you a start. These other books did not show that. Like when you start a design, like on this page right here, she tells you where to start, and then you just keep on tracing until the end, and then she has the end up in here. So you can play with muscle memory. I thought that was genius of her to do that. Different designs, and then of course you got some feathers in here. Speaking of feathers, um, a lot right now I have to do is get these customer quilts up out of my studio, and then I will be loading some muslin up on the frame, and we're gonna start doing some free motion practicing because I want to learn to free motion quilts well. No, I want to be good. I'm not trying to be expert level. I want to be good at free motion quilting. You know what I mean? I'm not striving for perfection, and actually that is my motto. I'm not striving for perfection. I just want to be consistently good. So that's what I'm striving for when I do free motion quilting. You've seen me do some free motion quilting, but those are the designs that I know I feel comfortable with, even though sometimes they still turn out a little bit janky. But those are ones that I feel comfortable with. Like I still got to get that rainbow down. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna I'm not gonna know it unless I do it. I did have a friend point that out to me again today. So I am going to definitely take that advice and we're going to rock it. I'm sorry, I am all the way behind in my chat. Mona is telling me that she bought some of these books. Okay. And again, this one is called did I talk about this one yet? The Free Motion Quilting Feathers. And this is 68 modern designs. And this is again for your home machine. Again, it is also for the long arm. And she talks to you, and she incorporates in here not only feathers, different kinds of feathers, and different designs you can add to the feathers. So let me see if she does, in this book, she does not have the practice pages, but she's teaching you how to do feathers on a diagonal. She's teaching how to do feathers, radiating diagonal feathers. I don't know what all that means yet. So I'll be studying this book. Horizontal feathers, border block feathers. That's when you have them like pretty much like in squares where you can center, put them in squares. And half border block feathers. A lot of different feathers. This book is on nothing but feathers. Feathers, feathers, feathers. Simple pod feathers. And I believe all of these are the bump back feather. No, they're not. She just do the one feather. She don't do the, how was it? And then back up. She doesn't do that. Pretty cool. So I'll be studying this book a lot. The next book by her is that Leah Day. No, it was Natalia Bonner. I'm about to show my last Natalia Bonner. Oh, go back. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Go back to that page, please. Which page, Melissa? Is that Leah Day? No, these are all Natalia Bonner. All Natalia Bonner. I'm not sure which page you were referring to. This is what I just got for found at FPP paper, tracing paper. I'm sorry. Yes. Newspaper print is amazing. I love that stuff. Melissa, if you can tell me which page to go back to, I would truly appreciate it. And I know it was in the Feathers book, so I'll hold that one out. The next book is called Visual Guide to Creative Straight Line Quilting. And it's professional quality results on any machine. If you are not the kind of quilter who want to do feathers, swirls, circles, and all that kind of stuff, you just want to do straight lines, this is the book for you, okay? She deals with a lot of, this is your ruler work. It could be your ruler work, and you will get to a point in time where, I can freehand make that. I probably would never be that girl because that line will start straight. And by the time I get to where I'm going, it's going to, angle up or angle down, even within an inch. So I know I need a ruler. But this design right here is a triangle spiral. I have a foundation paper piecing giraffe. And for every piece, I want to put this design in it. I just want my giraffe to be simple. I don't want to have different designs throughout it. At this moment, Stephanie, slow down. At this moment, this is the design I want for it. Again, it is called the triangle spiral. Right there. Oh, wrong page. Right there. Let's see what other designs she have in here. She has some weaving in here. What to do inside triangles, what to do inside she has simple lines, border designs, what to do inside small blocks, meeting in the middle, mazes, sun rays, a double burst, which I think is pretty cool. Just a great book to have. And again, this one is Visual Guide to Creative Straight Line Quilting. Love this book. Oh, the applique. The applique. Which one was that? Okay, the applique. boop, 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 right here. She's doing applique, and it was in a free motion quilting book. And again, that one is by Natalia Bonner. She said, nope, you're an enabler. Yes, see, you guys are finding it free on different outlets. Try to get it in a PDF format, electronic format. Books are great. Then you don't have to worry about them sitting on your shelf somewhere. Again, those books are by Natalia Bonner. We're going to be moving on into Angela Walters. The first, oh, and this book, I had to get it autographed. If I can, I will, especially if I really like the author. But yeah, that was not saying I don't like her now, but because I do. That was when I was in that phase of my life. That's what I'm going to say. This one is by Miss Angela, and if you know me, you know I like me some Angela, okay? I'm just going to leave it like that. I like me some Angela. Fangirl, okay? Now, I know this better not be no dang on COVID. I ain't been nowhere. I think it's from this crazy dream I had because I just took a nap before I came on. I think my body is responding to the stupid dream. I had dreamed that I got stung by a bee and everything swell up. Hey Tina, we're talking about books to add to your Christmas list, or if you don't do Christmas, the things that people generally get for themselves around the holidays, okay? So good books to have in your quilting library. This one is called Free Motion Quilting with Angela Walters. Choose and use quilting designs for modern quilts. You know, Angela is all about the modern quilter, so there is no traditional stuff in here for her. She's all about that negative space, but she teaches you how to do her swirls, the basic swirl. Then she have the hook swirl and the wood grain knots. Now with Angela, the best thing about it is every so many months she come out on YouTube with a free, yes, I said free. The only thing you have to buy is the panel if that's what you want to use. You do not have to use it. And the thread bundle, you do not have to use it. Get those items and start practicing. She puts out a video every week during that time, and you get to practice and learn and share. You have a Facebook group that she'll put you in, and you have other people who's doing it. Some people are just brand new, and then you have other people who are killing it. Okay. So, and then you get to meet other people learning, going on this journey with you. How to quilt irregular shapes, she go into all over designs. Let's see, so we talked about swirls. She got wood grain knots up in here. My favorite is called the flower power. It's nothing but a poofy flower that just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Love this book. Love, love, love. In fact, this book has seen some wear, okay? Because my spine on my book is kind of, floppy. Arcs. Now, she has one. Okay, you got wishbone in here. Ribbon candy is in here. The faux rope is in here. The faux rope is using that serpentine line. And that's when I got that ruler squiggy. I think it's called squiggy because I suck at that design. So yeah, You guys will be going on that journey with me, trying to learn how to do it. Of course, the meander is in here, and to do the meander like in different styles. Like this is so cool. She broke up the negative space by using some lines, some ruler work lines, and then she put the stipple inside of it. Genius. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And again, this book is called Free Motion Quilting with Angela Walters. I can't tell you which book came first, second, and all that kind of stuff because I don't know. But this one, the next one is called Free. I'm just saying next because it's the next book that I'm picking up. Free Motion Meandering, a beginner's guide to machine quilting. And these are all meandering designs from the simple meander to you have your paisley feather in here. I'm looking at the back because she got the pictures, the design, the flower, feather flower, of course, the swirls, loops, and the basic meander. And then she will show you how to easily incorporate all of those designs together. And you know, you could throw a pebble in there. All just good stuff. Okay, guys, a good book to have. And let me show you some inside pages to this one. Like she'll talk about the feather meander, and then she'll sit here and she'll show you step by step how to get it accomplished. Let me go into the chat just in case I am missing something. See, now you guys get to hear all the mix-ups that I speak. Nice, close, and clear, crisp. When my mic was further away, you guys probably didn't hear all of that. You probably like, she is stumbling all over herself. What's in that water? Water. Night all. Take care. Good night, Mona. Angela does some of those designs too. Yep. You know, actually, all these books right here, everybody got some of everything in all these books. This is the same thing. Yep. The next one is Shape by Shape, Free Motion Quilting with Angela Walters. She is taking different shapes and you're just learning to make quilting designs in it. I included this one on my list because there are so many times I get a quilt, especially if I made it, like again, the foundation paper piecing one, you get these weird shapes and you be like, oh, what can I do with that? What can I do with that? And you just also always want to learn how to do something different. But this shape right here, I know it is a dot to dot, was one of the ones I wanted to learn, this shape up here. You probably can't see it well being this far off, but it's on the cover of the book if you either have it or plan to get it or looking at it online. She has some arcs in here, some pea pods, just some cool stuff. How to quilt hexagons, different designs inside hexagons. Like, let me show you if I can. I don't know if I was thinking clear. I needed should have had my second camera up here so you can see a little bit better. Wasn't thinking, sorry. Hi, Susan. No, I'm not drinking no vodka. This is water. The day y'all see me drinking on this show, that'll be something. Let me tell you, that'll be something. That'll be something. Y'all be like, girl, where's your husband at? The next book is called Shape by Shape, and this is collections number 2. And again, it is by Angela Walters, Free Motion Quilting with Angela. And she has 70 more designs for blocks, backgrounds, and borders. So here is another book that will help you obtain whatever you want. Now, like she has like, if you want to do straight lines across, but maybe you just don't want to do straight lines, you can add little elements to those straight lines. Like here's like a little starburst. If you know Angela, she's all about not being perfect, not ripping stitches out, just keep on going. You will quilt so much around it because she likes to quilt densely. You'll quilt so much around it that it's not going to even, you're not going to know unless you point it out to somebody. No one's going to know unless you point it out. Different variations within those hexagons. Whew, my little pole little arms. Great book to have. Great book to have. Now, while I'm talking about books, I'm about to share my last books. I want you guys to tell me what book you think I need. Well, another book in this library, okay? But what book is your favorite book that you have? If you have some, go ahead and drop them in the link, because I need to, I might need to go ahead and pick up that book. What are we talking about drinking? Right? Whoa. She said every time Angela says, she's talking about Angela, not me. Angela says, Echo, you can take a drink. Honey, y'all be drunk by the time it is over, okay? You're going to end up sewing your fingers together. Be careful. Thank you so much for that link. And the last one, the last book. This book is really, really special to me. So, of course, I'm going to say this is definitely a must have. But, of course, none of these books are must have. But I'm going to say if I had to pick out of all of these, I would say this one. And this is because this one is by my sister Teresa Silva, and I. Teresa and I met on Instagram. We met, um, I follow quite many people on Instagram. We built a friendship over on Instagram. And then when I lost my daughter, she wanted to help, but she just didn't know how to help. And I was like, and we had already talked about getting together and meeting one day. I was like, I need to come and sit under your teachings. And at that point in time, she was not teaching. I said, I want to come and sit. And then she was like, bright idea. Won't you come on out? So in 2016, I went all the way from North Carolina. It was in February because I wanted to love myself. That's what I call this trip, loving myself. And flew all the way across the states to Yakima, Washington. Flew all the way over there to meet and sit with her as she long armed and she was teaching me. Oh, wait a minute, you guys get to hear me swallow and everything. I'm not liking this. She is an amazing woman. Love her to pieces. You always hear me we will always refer to each other as sisters. Our husbands were, my husband didn't come, with me on this trip. They became, they can greet each other and stuff, especially when we're talking. We do talk often. We met up at Nova used to put on a gathering, and it was called Birds of a Feather. Oh, I miss it. I miss them. And I know right before the pandemic they stopped because the creator of the conference had retired, and no one has picked up that mantle yet. But I do know it was a lot to put those on, getting vendors and all that kind of stuff. I mean, this is the big thing, like a big QuiltCon kind of thing, but it was for the Innova long arms. It was amazing. So we did meet up with, I met up with Teresa there, and I also met different people I follow up on YouTube there, and it was just a fun time, a great time to be had. So if you do have those things in your area, any kind of conventions, like the QuiltCons, I know they're coming up in February. Get to those if they're in your local area, because people come in from all over and you get to meet maybe some of your subscribers, or just new friends that you will meet along the way. So anyway, enough talking about that. But this book is called Longarm Quilting Workbook. It is the basic skills, techniques, and motifs for modern long arming. Again, it is by Teresa Silva, Silva. She is also another modern quilter. Of course, she had to have it. I had to have it autographed. She does amazing work. She does some work for, I believe, Tula and Jaybird quilts, Julie Herman, that kind of thing. She done some good thing, different work with different people for different people. I have not found where I like to be. I thought I was going to be the quilted to death kind of person, but that makes the quilt kind of hard. I guess for smaller quilts that you have to wash a ton, I think that makes sense to do, a little bit heavier quilting. But I'm learning, because that heavier quilting is hard on your body. I'm just letting you know that. If it's not hard on your body, if you're doing it, it's hard on mine. So I want to fall in line to like a medium, like a 3-inch motif. Like when I'm doing swirls, doing them like in, 3 inches swirls, and not like these tiny ones, because I don't want it. I think I would prefer not everything being tightly quilted. Tell me what kind of quilting you guys like. Is that book only useful for long arm quilters? No, it is not. No, it is not. This book is for everybody. What she does, like this is the stipple page. She talks about the stippling, pretty much like all the other books. She talks about it. She shows you how to achieve it, and then she'll show you it on quilts and how to accomplish it. And then she'll go on to the next design, like continuous lines. And a lot of her stuff that she's gotten so good, like she's one of those ones that she really don't need a ruler when she's doing like shorter distances. Even probably really got good at it. She's probably even good with over 6 inches now. Like I said, I'd be lucky to get a half of an inch straight. Yes, Heather, go ahead. But make sure they are for the beginner. Chats, I need a tutorial to shrink later. Good night, Sherlock. But yes, this is my favorite book right here, because It means a lot to me. But all these other ones were really good suggestions as well. I am looking to see what Heather comes up with. I did ask if you guys have any. Go ahead and let us know. Let me see if anyone. Oh, that's good, Heather. I'm glad you guys couldn't hear me. So I definitely want to see other advice from you guys. What you have, that'll be pretty cool. Yeah, so this was books, and like I said, holidays is right around the corner. Put them on your list. Um, I do know I did have duplicates of some of these books, but I think what had happened was our guild needed some. I'm thinking because I don't see them on the other side of the room. Our guild needed some prizes, and I just gave them to them. Yes, and you know what, Heather, believe it or not, I was given that book earlier today. The book's by Jacquie Gering. It's called Walk, and she has a part two of that book as well. That book is for people who want to do just straight lines. I believe it's all straight lines, if I'm not mistaken. And these books are for walking foot. Yes, it's called Walk and Walk 2.0, but both of them are by Jacquie Gering. Thank you so much, Heather, because again, I even took a picture of the book. Mm-mm. I'm trying to move my chat, my thing, so you can't see it, but this is the book. It's called Walk, and it's by Jacquie, Jacquie Gering, Gering. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Heather, for that suggestion. And she said there's a few gentle curves in there. These are walking foot quilting books, but I bet they can be adapted for the long arm with rulers. Exactly. Exactly. If there is a will, there is a way with any of these books because once you, regardless if you are on a long arm or not, you're going to have to practice doodling these designs. You're going to doodle, you're doodling with your hand, and then you're going to then adapt it to how you going to do it on your machine. Now, I do know that I had a ton of craft seat classes. I know they're still available, but they went through all this change and stuff like that and then went back. I don't even know what it's called right as of now. I don't even know if it's still craft seat or not. But months ago, I went back in to see if I still had my classes were available, and they were. I had about like 15, 20 classes. And, again, they were all, quilt related, and I did get all of Angela's classes. So, yeah. And see, thank you so much, Colleen, for dropping them. Books, books are one of the things that, that is, of course, all this is a personal choice, right? A personal choice if you want to have books that sit and collect dust. And because technically, I'm not gonna lie to you, that's what mine do until I get an inspiration. And then I'll run to the books to look it up. Then I'll go and look it up in many books as I can to until I find an author that's clicking with my brain on how to get it done. That's how I research designs and try to figure it out. They were blueprint for a while. And then people went up in an uproar because their classes weren't available anymore and all this. I mean, they put people through the ringer, and I think they're back. I don't know what, again, I don't know what they're called now. Yeah, they went through, yeah. They better not officially have went under. Now again, I this was months ago when I went and looked to see if I still had the classes, and I was able to watch them all except my very first class that I purchased with them. It was one day I was never able to get it back, and this is, I guess, when the problems were started with them because I could never get customer service to assist me. I just let it go. So yeah, they were having problems. They were having problems. So any questions or any other sneak peeks of these books? I'm not gonna keep us long. I just wanted to jump on here and share with you some ideas. I did not want to come again with another meandering video because frankly the quilts that I have now are all meander except the next memory quilt will not be a meander. So that'll be computerized, and I will definitely put that one on a Tuesday. Yes, Tina says she used to watch The Midnight Quilter, and when they switched to Blueprint, the show changed. I saw that too, Tina. I saw what it did to Angela. It to me it erased her quirkiness. I don't know what happened and why all that was the way that it was, but then she came out to be oh, what's her other quilting the other quilting name? And we really did I really did enjoy watching. I'd watch anything Angela because I just like her personality. Okay. Heather is saying it's another company that owns it now, and I'm assuming she's talking about Craftsy. And she said people who send out emails offering a membership for like $2.99 and their content isn't the best anymore. Well, stay clear, guys. Stay clear then. I mean, I can't tell you what to do with your own money because right now, I was sharing with somebody earlier today. I have a lot of subscriptions that I need to sit and pull them all up and honestly say to myself, girl, no, say goodbye. Say goodbye. So this might be the year to saying goodbye to a lot of subscriptions. Um, and I would definitely let you know which ones that I'm saying goodbye to. Hence why I couldn't find them sit somewhere, but I did find some of them. Yep. Heather is why I didn't stay with them anymore. That was by Courtney. Me too. Heather, yes, I don't think she liked it either. I don't think she did either because it was just something different. You can feel it. It was something tangible. You like, wait a minute, this is not the Angela we know, you know? Angela is now producing videos on her own, I think. I think she is too. And I'm thinking she is definitely loving the space that she is in. That's why you got to get and find if you're a content creator, love the skin that you are in. It's going some days it's going to be hard. As we you can see with Angela, when someone else got into your business and stuff like that, it start not only does it change you like on camera, it also changes you mentally, kind of, you know. So it's important that you know your lane or what you want to do on your channel. Stick with it, know it's yours, and go for what you know. Sometimes you'll have hard days. Like literally today, I just didn't know what to talk about. I just knew I did not want to do a meander video, and I did not want to cancel. I just knew that, okay? And because I had a quilt on the frame, and because I'm only utilizing one set of leaders, I do know I have video coming out. I can't tell you how soon yet because I need to get some canvas or new leaders and then have the zippers put on it. Usually she's the lady that does the work for me. It takes about like 3 weeks. So once I get it, so we're looking at about like a month or so. Once I get the canvas to make another set of leaders and how I mark them. So I want to tell you guys all about that and how I use my zipper leaders because I love them, love them, love them. So yeah, so that I know that video was coming up. Sometimes it's hard to come up with content. And then when you're not feeling well on top of it, today is actually a good day, praise the Lord. Today is a good day. And sometimes it's just hard to come up with content and I want my content always to be real. I want it to, be something that I can connect with my community with. So I'm hoping you guys, it's not only for you guys, it's for me too, because I use this time as reaching out and learning from other people. I am I have a YouTuber's heart, that's for sure. Now, I didn't know Designs by Juju had a subscription and Creator Fabrica. Now, you guys know I'm getting into embroidery. So my shorts that I plan to put out will most likely be my journey with embroidery. I've only did one thing on embroidery, and that was that label that you guys probably already seen that short on. And I did have a brother embroidery machine years and years ago when I was not thinking about YouTube, and I think I only did one design on it, and something happened. I don't know what happened. It just like it was too much for me. I ended up selling that machine and getting rid of it. Thank you, Tina. Okay, and Angela is saying Angela tells you the story of what happened with them. She's very open. She's open about it. Awesome, awesome. So one day I'm like, girl, what happened? What happened? So yeah, so guys, that is it. Just wanted to fill you guys in what was happening. Books. I'm coming back on Friday, and we're gonna sew the sew mini pattern. Okay, so come back on Friday, and we shall get that done. Hopefully, because we were 18 minutes in, and I only got to sew 4 pieces, and a lot of that is because I was scared as I don't know what. Not so much a subscription, but I spend money with them. Okay, most months. Oh, your husband calls it a subscription. Okay. I was like, I didn't know they had one because now I'm into that, and I'm like, I need to. Is there something I need to? As I'm saying, I need to get rid of, and I'm like, I'm trying to add on to it. See, so my mind is everywhere, guys. It's everywhere. So again, we'll be doing the sew pattern on Friday. And I can't go into next week because my room is a mess. I don't even, my calendar is somewhere on one of these tables sitting over here. I have to find it so I can go through it. So until Friday, guys, I want you to be safe, be blessed as always. Keep people in your prayers. There are people that's missing in the chat. Go ahead and make sure you throw some prayers up for them. I don't have specific names. You know what I'm trying to say. SCECIFIC, names of prayers. You can always email me if you have a prayer request, and I will not put it out here on the internet for everybody to know. I'm that kind of girl. So until the next video, guys, until the next video, which is slated for Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys, have a great evening. Love you all. Bye.